Of course, again you will be finding pleasure in this text, that is dealing with large heterogeneous classes in ELT. Okay? So that large and this dealing with large heterogeneous classes in English language teaching can be challenging. Nashto. Okay, so these classes, the heterogeneous classes, consist of students with diverse abilities. The abilities may be different from one student from another. Backgrounds, diverse background, as I have said. One may be some of you from background, from bankers, from teachers, from others background, and also level of proficiency in the language. Teacher face three main challenges in managing large classes and large heterogeneous classes, and difficulty in giving individual attention to each student. So if a class consisted of heterogeneous students, the first challenge is that teacher will not be able to concentrate on every individual student. Okay, because their requirements, their level and their understanding capability is different. That is the first challenge. Difference in students' abilities, as I have said, that means if the teacher delivers lecture in a quite similar way, then that cannot be understood by all students in such heterogeneous classes. And varieties in students' background knowledge. Background knowledge, that means many of you in this class, they have completed their honors in English. Many of you have completed honors in other subjects. Okay, this is the backgrounds. And apart from that, in case of second language learning, many of you have previous experience that might not be happy. Okay, so that background information will also be challenging. If a student becomes demotivated earlier, his background demotivated states might be a barrier of such kind of large heterogeneous classes. So background experience and knowledge also play a vital role in case of effective teaching in large heterogeneous classes. So what would be this? To address these challenges, teacher should do something and the learner should follow that things. Teacher use various strategies such as dividing students into heterogeneous groups. Okay. Then the classes consisted might be 3 or 4 types of students. The teacher will be dividing that students in different groups, and then they can disseminate lectures. And implementing small group strategies. Small group strategies. If a class is consisted of 50 students, then there might be 5 groups, each group consisting of 10 students. One category is according to their background, and another category is with a small group. Then teachers use implementing peer tutoring. Peer tutoring, that means teacher student one-to-one. Okay, one-to-one. That means if any students can understand a thing properly, and if teacher can find out that how many students can understand the topic clearly, in that case teacher may advise them or teach them every students who haven't understood properly peer to peer. They will be asking the questions individually to the teachers, and teacher will concentrate each of the students personally so that he or she can understand the thing clearly. That is the peer advice or peer tutoring. Visual imagery and also translation strategies. Visual imagery, that means try to create the mental image of the thing that teacher is teaching. Okay, that means suppose if teacher teaches about the shopping, okay, then he or she, the teacher, can create a situation so that the student can see or visualize the thing with their mind's eye. That is the visualization. Visualization that would be the also the teacher can also play some videos so that he can, or teacher can play the pictures of that things so that the student can see. Just like the student, if the student wants to teach the word anger, so teacher will give a picture of a person who is angry. Okay, this is an example. So such kind of thing can be called visualization. Visualization, the word will be meant or presented through pictures, videos or images. That is the visualization. Imagery and translation studies. Translation studies, that means translation in the target language so that the student can understand. So that is the strategies teacher can follow to face the challenge of large heterogeneous classes. Additionally, classroom management skill like effective questioning and explanation techniques are crucial in managing large classes. Effective skill questioning, okay, how suppose if I or the teacher can impose one question and that can involve all the students, all background of the student, all students from every varied background, then such kind of questioning can involve large heterogeneous classes. One question that is common for all, okay, that one question, that means if I put a question that means William Shakespeare Hamlet, that question is not equally applicable for all, because many of you haven't studied Hamlet. But if you study the topic, that means the traffic control or traffic situation in Bangladesh, then that is common for all. So in that topic, the large heterogeneous classes will be involved in a similar topic. So if the question comes from William Shakespeare, that would not be similar for all. But if the question comes from traffic jam or the weather or the globalization, that would be equally understood by all students. Okay, by questioning and the pattern of the question, the teacher can involve all types of students. That means the heterogeneous students in the classroom. One approach of managing heterogeneous classes is through group work. Group work allows students to engage in intellectually rigorous and linguistically rich learning tasks. It helps equalize participation among students, support their conceptual understanding, content mastery, language development. However, organizing the classroom and preparing students for group work is essential. To ensure the success of group work, class size should be reduced, allowing teachers to better understand and address the needs of the student. Support structure like drop-in labs, special education teachers, teaching aids such as computers can also be implemented to enhance classroom work. So in that case, technology, other things, okay, language lab, that kind of apparatus, equipments and setting can also face the challenge of large or mitigating the challenge of large heterogeneous class. Furthermore, evaluation techniques should be based on specific academic criteria, including students' conceptual mastery and demonstration of their understanding. So everywhere students can, teachers and students can play a vital role in these large heterogeneous classes. So it is important to note that there is no one-size-fits-all model for managing large heterogeneous classes. What I have said, that means peer group, group work and other things that cannot be applicable for all situations. But teacher will involve or teacher will initiate some method that is applicable for the students, especially observing the students' needs, students' necessary. And recent research challenged the assumption that grouping English learners together in separate classroom is the most efficient way to support their language and academic development. Instead, the focus should be on providing quality instruction, support to all students. One thing is that in order to keep, you have to keep in mind that in case of large heterogeneous classes, the teacher should keep in mind that teacher will be delivering lecture and that can be understood by all types of students. Every student can understand the topic that is delivered in the class. Okay, so the challenge in large heterogeneous class may be different, but the teacher will be following the method that will make every student to understand the topic, to unfold in the classrooms. Okay. So this is large heterogeneous classes. So managing large heterogeneous classes in ELT is full of challenge for teachers due to the diverse students. Strategies can be group work, small group strategies, peer tutoring can support the students, and effective classroom management skill, questioning, explanation techniques are crucial in managing large heterogeneous classes, and especially such type of class can be called heterogeneous classes. And if you become a teacher trainer next time, you will face such kind of students next time, and if you get such kind of large heterogeneous class, you can apply this method to have successful teaching and as well as successful learning in ELT or SLA. Okay. And